to OurAdullam, where eating seasons become holy ground. Have you ever felt like something is holding you back from fully stepping into what God has for you? That feeling where progress seems impossible and obstacles are everywhere. Today we talk about impeding, the unseen forces and personal struggles that can block the flow of our purpose. Let's explore how to overcome them with faith, perseverance, and God's guidance. So, impeding is not just a word, it's an experience. It's the heaviness that weighs on our hearts, the doubts that clouds our minds, the voices that whisper, "You are not good enough." Sometimes it comes from external sources, a difficult situation, discouragement from others, or even circumstances that seem beyond our control. Other times it's internal, like fear, guilt, or even our own unmet expectations that hinder us. But we have to ask, what if these barriers are not meant to stop us, but to teach us? In Isaiah 57:14, God speaks to the obstacles that block the way of His people. Build up, prepare the road, remove the obstacles out of the way of my people. I want you to reflect on this. What are the barriers in your life right now? Are they external obstacles or internal struggles? Take a moment to reflect on the things that might be hindering your progress. God is already working to clear the way. And what steps can you take to remove those barriers today? God tells us that there are obstacles, but there is also a clear way forward. The first step is recognizing the barriers, to see the things that are impeding our progress, whether they are spiritual, mental, or emotional. When we are aware, we can move towards removal and restoration. Yet, not all obstacles are to be removed immediately. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, Paul shares his personal experience of an impediment, a thorn in the flesh that kept him humble. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weakness, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me." Another thing I want you to reflect on is this. What weaknesses are you facing right now? Can you see how these weaknesses might be used by God to strengthen your faith? God's grace is sufficient. How can you lean into His grace to carry you through this season of weakness? Sometimes impeding forces are allowed by God to shape our character, to refine our trust in Him. These moments of struggle bring us closer to God's strength, and we learn that it's not by our own might that we overcome, but by His grace. In Psalm 119:32, the psalmist declares, "I run in the path of your commands, for you have set my heart free." When we allow God's truth to break through the barriers of our hearts, we discover that the real impediment wasn't the external struggle, it was the unfreedom within. God's word, His commands, His grace, these are the keys that set us free from the impeding forces that bind us. Are there areas where God's truth has yet to break through in your life? What freedom can you find when you allow His word to penetrate those places? But there are also moments when God calls us to push past the impediments with faith and determination. Like in Joshua 1:3, He promises His people, "I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses." So, what steps are you taking? What steps of faith have you taken to break through these forces? What freedom can you find when you allow His word to penetrate those places? And also, are there areas where God's truth has yet to break through in your life? Remember, God is already promising victory. How can you step forward in trust today? And also, what steps of faith do you need to take today to push past your current obstacles? Maybe today you feel that there are things impeding your path. Perhaps you've been stuck in a season where every step feels like a struggle. But I want to remind you of this. God is clearing the path. His grace is sufficient for your weaknesses, and His power is at work in you. This is OurAdullam, where we find hope for the hidden seasons. May you move forward, knowing that every barrier has the potential to be a stepping stone. Until next time, bye for now.